I hope you can see everybody in the viewfinder. We got David, Cody, and Robert. Welcome to this special edition down the road. Robert has to baffle off to go to bed early tonight because he's got to be up early in the morning for work. So David and I and Cody are going to hang out and see if we can find some graves. Oh, my knees are getting tired. So what these graves are.
It's been a while since he's been out, so he's getting old.
Right, yeah. So there's some graves out here at Linwood Cemetery that back in the 20s, Lake Bottom Park had a lake, and apparently some people were swimming at Lake Bottom Park and there was a flash flood that killed some folks. And somebody that Stacy and I know was walking in the cemetery and came across these graves, and they're inscribed as what they are, and so we're going to try to find them today. So we'll start looking.
We'll make a quick tootle through it as opposed to stopping and reading them, so it might be something he saw off the side of it.
Yeah.
If you walk down the main street and then took a turn and turn back that one.
We were trying to imagine how this person may have stumbled across them, and figured maybe we could too. Linwood Cemetery is also known as the Old City Cemetery, the oldest in the city. It contains the entire history, through names and epitaphs, of Columbus, Georgia, from fairly recent to the old and broken. The age is displayed throughout. It dates from 1828, when surveyor Edward Lloyd Thomas and his son were sent to the eastern frontier. It was a bitter winter, and his son Truman succumbed and was buried at the center, his grave long lost. The cemetery was expanded over time, and the peoples of many cultures rest here, like the following. This is cool, I thought. Some of them inscribed in Hebrew, if I'm not mistaken. Peoples from all over have inhabited this city. Okay, so we're looking for these particular graves, but we're probably also going to stop along the way and, you know, take a gander at different graves that we find that look interesting. We're not going to walk through here like they do on Sidestep Adventures and name all the names, because this cemetery has literally thousands of people interred here. So maybe over the course of visits we can do something along those lines. But for now, we're just going to pay some respects and like this one here. Some of these markers are quite descriptive. There goes Robert home. There were no lots plotted until 1845. Before that, families just chose a spot, and often nothing was recorded. James J. Morey, March 1st, 1904, November the 1st, 1952. Minnie Lee Newsom, wife of James J. Morey, November the 6th, 1903, April the 7th, 1980. Colonel T.B. Scott, 12th Georgia Regiment.
For his country he lived, for his country he died.
CSA. Some graves are barely identifiable. In loving memory of C.A. Ford, son of Albertus and Mamie Ford, born July 26, 1899, died November 5th, 1918. Died in defense of his country in the battlefield of France. I can't begin to describe the weight of the stories attached to this place, besides near infinite. This cemetery is full of the kind of monuments they just don't make anymore.
It might be.
So we're walking around out here looking at all these graves, and there are some very interesting burial sites out here. I'm shooting some stuff, but I hope you can hear me. I didn't think to put my shotgun mic on. But looking at some stuff, I think there's going to need to be a little more research for coming out here, and probably multiple trips. I'm still hoping to find the graves we're looking for today, but I don't know. We'll find out. You can hear David's drone in the background as he's working on a piece himself. And in a place like this, it's super easy to get distracted. I'm looking for this one set of graves, and I keep getting distracted by all these others. I don't know if we're going to find this today, but I also wanted to document not only that, but the fact of the cemetery, because I've actually kind of avoided this cemetery simply because it's so well known. But when I was told the story of the people who drowned in that flash flood, I was really intrigued, because it was kind of a eureka that so much Columbus history is in this cemetery. It's not just the Columbus Cemetery. I've had the wrong view of it all these years, and there's so much to see here. It's just amazing. Soldiers' graves number around 200. Sarah Louise, beloved daughter of Charles and Sarah Wise, died in New York City, March 1st, 1941. How blessed are those whom thou hast chosen and taken unto thee, O Lord. It's not only a history of lives, but of art, crafted by past generations. See anything, Cody?
No, not right now.
friends, this isn't looking too good. Clearly, more research is needed. But in the meantime, there is much to discover. Just look at how expansive this place is.
It just goes on.
Hugh Baird Jr., son of Hugh and Lee D. Baird. This was written for a reason and should not be forgotten or lost to time.